Here comes my hero. I can't remember the rest of the words of that song. Y'all know the words of that song? Push it real good. $35 of bean planting power. That might look a little goofy, but this is the only way to plant soybeans. Alright, you probably can't tell because of the glare. But see how this marker track is right here on the edge of this last corner stalk? And my tire is riding right there beside last year's corn stalk. It's not right there in the middle of the track. Now you see how these rows are riding right there beside last year's corn stalks. They're keeping it up. I do 7.5 because that way I'm not getting a bunch of wear on my tires. If I was to plant directly down the center of the row, my tires would be riding directly on last year's row, and them old corn stalks are tough on a set of tires. There's a thing called stubble damage. It'll eat them tires plumb up. But I don't want, if I put my tires in the center, my rows will be riding on last year's row, and I'll have a bad unit performance. My units will bounce too much. So that's the reason I plant 7.5 inches over. Man, this is just too cool. Beautiful sunset. Two beautiful green tractors planting some beans. Now this is planting beans right here. Old school, son, old school. That's when you know your turbo's good, when it takes that long to spool down. Well, with any luck tomorrow, we will be finished with the full season soybeans. We lack approximately 50 acres. Everything's good and crunchy. Agromoxone and Zitral Pro ain't nothing but just liquid fire. We're over here getting everything serviced. It's Sunday morning. They're calling for rain tomorrow, so we're gonna try to get this finished up. The last 50 acres of full season beans. Hopefully, we are not gonna have to replant any. What we're about to do, we brought a 5-gallon bucket with us. We're gonna steal some beans out of the drill. Gonna put one 5-gallon bucket per hopper in my planter here to top me back off. We won't both. One of us is gonna run out of seed before the other one, but we're trying to get them leveled up where we both run out about the same time. We like about 50 acres here, and with my planter plumb full, I can plant about 25. So, and I'm planting more acres per hour than he is, because I'm 5 foot wide. We finished up the very back field back there yesterday. 32 acres in this field and 12 acres out front. Or no, it's 38 in this field and 12 for a total of 50. We're over here on my dad's farm in Frog Jump where he grew up. There's a mud hole right there. There used to be a pond and we filled it in, and we planted right across it last year and been doing pretty good, but old pond finally settled it back in, so we're gonna have to get some more dirt and put in there. Ready to get to running here. I ain't brought y'all along for a lot of it, but been putting in some long hours and ready for a little break. And hopefully we are going to be getting beans finished up today. It is 9:58, 10 o'clock. So hopefully by 1 o'clock, fingers crossed, we'll be done. Maybe. But I'm fixing to go around the edge of the field here with the blade, push up limbs. I can see there's one right over there that needs pushing up. Get it pushed up, all them pushed up, and then I'll be ready to plant. But there's one. Push you up in here, little fillers.
a lot. I really like this 250, but my only complaint with it is if you get near a tree, it's gonna lose satellite signal, and I don't know if this is not as good a receiver as what's on, say, Dylan's tractor, but back there where I had to turn around, it lost satellite signal. But luckily we're just following the rows here, so I just counted over my 2 rows and we started planting. But I mean, it comes back real quick after it loses it. But I mean, if you even get near a tree, it'll lose signal, and I think it's just, that's an AG 25 over there on Dylan's tractor, and I think this is just an AG 15. I don't think it's kind of a lower grade receiver, but I mean, other than that, it's a really nice system. I like it. You can tell right here exactly where Dylan ran out of the spray. That chemical made a big difference. But rolling right along, moving right along. Let's see how many. Planted about 4 acres today. Didn't get as many because I had to go around and push up limbs. But Dylan, he's probably got 6 or 7 maybe. Hopefully. He's making a lot more progress than I am. I hope nobody has allergies around here, because we are definitely stirring up the pollen. Well, this black glass is just covered. You can see all that black dust on the fenders there. It kind of reminds me of that black dust you get on your combine during corn shilling, but we're definitely stirring up the pollen and dust.
Well, I had to nudge my line a little bit. To do that, you see these arrows right here? I can bump them over. Or there also has the thing, which is not auto steer's running, so you can't use it right now. You can put the tractor where you want it and hit shift to here. And right there, I got last pass. I got on the units. Got on a set of corn stalks, and y'all heard me say I don't like to do that. Right here is about perfect because my tractor tires are not running down the road, and my units are not running down the road. It was doing dang near perfect over on that side of the field, and for some reason when I was planting last year, I had a narrow row where the point of that field comes out. I had a narrow row for some reason, so I kind of threw stuff off, so I had to nudge my line just a little bit. We should have an excellent test plot this year of drill versus planter in 30-inch rows versus 15-inch rows. I don't know why all of a sudden I got scared to plant 30-inch rows. Planted 30-inch rows for years, from 2012 to I believe 2017 was the last year we planted all the beans with the planter, and we bought that drill in 18 and decided to start drilling our beans, you know. When we bought that, I'd been wanting to go to narrow row beans, and that was one way to justify buying a $17,000 drill was to drill beans with it, to have narrow row beans. And we've been drilling on 7.5s for a long time, and the only reason we're drilling 15s this year is to save on seed costs. When we drill on 7.5s, we plant 160,000 seeds per acre, and putting them on 15s, we're drilling 140,000 because feet or closer together. Over here with the planter, I'm shooting for about 135,000. Usually these shows field average 133,000. Zoom in on Robert a little. Using my iPhone, I think my GoPro got left on and killed the battery. Or not my GoPro, my DJI. You know it's been a wet spring when you got mud slung on your windows. Robert's over there just clicking the acres off. Same as I am. For some reason, this #1 row unit, it plants high. I stayed up too late working on a video for y'all last night. But ain't nothing I can really do about it, just except just live with it. We done every little trick we know to do, and I'd rather it be planting high as low. So. And it shows to be planting high, but I mean it don't run out about an acre ahead of everything else, so it ain't really that big a deal. Getting about time to get the drone out. Since they're both getting pretty close together. I do like the way the drill leaves the field looking after it runs over. It's a lot cleaner look.
Didn't make the 1 o'clock deadline like I thought we would, but we don't like much. All I like is this little block right here, and then Dylan likes that block right over there. Not a whole much more. I really thought we'd be done by 1. I think he figured up between the two of us we're planting 17 acres an hour, so that's pretty good. Oh, you know, just taking a casual stroll around Court Square here.